This is the Tsunami Photo Museum located in Hikkaduwa. Kamini, who runs this museum, was a survivor of the tsunami 10 years ago. She could never forget the day the giant waves destroyed her house.
We saw very slowly first water come into the land, and we saw, but I remember our area old people shout, that is not normal thing. They said, we never saw like that, and really they said something wrong happening. Then we all village people started to run into the land. After we ran nearly 20-30 minutes later, we heard second big water hit and this area totally destroyed.
Fortunately, Kamini and her family members survived the tsunami. Kamini brought us to another room where she showed us the remnants of the world's worst train disaster. The Colombo-Matra Express was travelling from Colombo to Galle, and when it passed through the west coast village of Perlaya, it was hit by the tsunami.
It's world famous, this incident at that time, train accident. It happened in our village. Nearly 1,500 people died in the train. Yeah, this area more people thought with first water train is the safety place. They didn't run with kids. Many people get into the train for the protect. After second water hit. And here the one photo you can see. That's this place. When we come back, we saw the situation.
Where I'm standing right now is the new coastal railway track. This connects Colombo to Matra. This train makes about 40 trips every day and has a total capacity of 1,500 passengers. On my right is the Gautama Buddha statue. It was a gift from Japan to Sri Lanka. It is to mark the memorial of the 40,000 lives that were lost in tsunami. The giant Buddha statue gazes out into the horizon of Perlaya. This area around the statue serves as a symbol of friendship between the two countries. Mr. Ravi is a local tour guide who has been giving countless number of tours for the past 22 years. He never fails to stop by this statue to explain its importance and offer his prayers.
23 Japanese died. When the 23 Japanese died, the Japanese government helped to build a Bahamian Buddha statue. It's called Abhaya Mudra. It's blessing. Whenever we stop, we get a blessing. And we think we'll never get a tsunami back over here. Even the people of this area, they come and offer the flowers and they say not to get a tsunami again on this area. That's why this main thing of the Buddha statue. You can see a Buddha statue is over here and this built for the tsunami. And when you come to this side, you can see a tsunami affected house. You can see how the walls broken and everything. And these the houses, and this person have got a house inside the village.
Many international non-governmental organizations as well as humanitarian organizations such as Singapore Red Cross started their rebuilding project in Hikkaduwa. At that time, the locals were living in smaller spaces such as temples and schools. The Mahakaruna Buddhist Society in Singapore also rendered their assistance with the chief, Dr. Kunaratna, leading the line to rebuild 450 houses.
We built a lot of houses. In fact, Singapore donated more than $30 million. Concentrated on, at least we could have built more than 1,000 houses from Colombo area to Hambantota area. We also built schools, hospitals and also community centers.
Dr. Kuna feels that constructing infrastructures and lives are equally important.
I remember I was on the way to Galle. I went to there was a foundation. One gentleman was standing there. He said his house was 3-story and the wave came. When he opened his house, 3-story building no more. Left only foundation. He was just standing there. So they were crying because whole life they work and bought lands and save, and this was what happened. but we try to help them. So they were very happy.
One such person to have benefited from the Buddhist Society is Mendes. The 88-year-old who survived the train tragedy is happy with the help he has received.
We are just being trained to be happy as what we get. According to Buddhism, we need not worry over too much, but we are just, that is our fate.
Many successful efforts have been taken by both the government and the non-governmental organizations in order to help people not only rebuild their homes but also their lives. With education playing an important role to locals for the past decade, they are now well prepared to face any disaster if it arises.
Apart from the Mahakaruna Buddhist Society, other humanitarian organizations have also been pivotal in rebuilding efforts across the island. In Wirakatia, the Singapore Red Cross has commissioned a 4-acre, $3 million school, also known as Singapore Sri Lanka Friendship College. Opened in 2010, the college was funded as an initiative to provide better education for the children of disaster-hit areas, and has grown from an initial 80 students to an enrollment of around 500. Coming from poor families, the school serves as an important stepping stone for students to receive a holistic education and pursue their dreams.
After school, I like to be an English teacher. My ambition is to be a doctor one day. I hope to follow a diploma and be a lecturer.
In classrooms such as these, students are equipped with vital skills such as English, which will go a long way in helping them succeed in the future.
The today world is very massive one, so English is very essential for living in the world today. That's why I ask them to learn English, and also most of them can speak English. If they successfully achieve their target, that is my wish. And to build a person to the society as a successful one, that is my wish.
The same sentiment is shared by the school's principal, Ms. Padmini Jayasikrama. Although she acknowledges that the students have indeed benefited from the new building, she thinks that more needs to be done to ensure that students and staff continue to get the support that they need.
Last vacation I went to Singapore. I met the Sinhala Sangame president, and I told him to give another aids for our school. Then we can give good education for our students.
The library was one of the places which remained understocked. Despite the fairly large area, the room was empty except for a single cupboard and some chairs at the sides.
I have enough space to develop the library, but there is no enough physical resources, and I want library assistance also. I need some more cupboards, chairs, and reading tables.
Other schools also feel the same need. In Hambantota, the college's sister school, the Singapore Sri Lanka Friendship Kindergarten, is looking to expand. With an enrollment that peaks at around 80 children, the school's principal, K. Kasapa Tero, has plans to build a dining hall as well as an additional level by next year.
People now inform Bante, can daycare center start? I say now no, in the complete in the building. Last time also Singapore Red Cross is Toy Story, the kindergarten and playground only. I last year informed Singapore Red Cross, can second floor complete, can daycare center start? Yeah. Difficult only maintain because Singapore Red Cross only building and the support. Because maintain every day in the electricity, water bill, children sometime in the food, teachers' salary, the security, only maintain difficult.
But despite its importance in aiding those immediately affected, physical infrastructure is but a small part in the long and arduous process of rebuilding that takes place after a disaster. Irvin Tan, a professional photographer and longtime volunteer for the Red Cross, believes that apart from physical aid, emotional support is also essential in helping to restore a sense of normalcy and recovery into the lives of the victims.
Well, essentially, funding is only one aspect of it. So like I said, depending on what angle you're looking at. For example, for us, when Singaporeans donate to the Tribal Waste Fund, they expect that all these monies are going to be used for certain programs and that will eventually better the lives, of the ones who are affected by the tsunami. However, down the line, after a decade or so, it's not easy to remember loved ones or family members or friends that you have lost because these people are all part of your life.
Irvin, who is in the midst of planning a photo exhibition in Singapore, wishes to highlight the more qualitative aspects of volunteering that are sometimes overlooked by those who are keen to help.
I'd like to show to the first world that money isn't everything. That even though you may feel that by donating this dollar or contributing $1 million, that people are going to be better off. Maybe yeah, in some way they are, but down the line, I think emotionally there has to be a bit more that's done. People need to think about, I guess, how to improve their sensitivity towards such issues. It'll be good for them to see the reality of the situation, such that they can think about whether more can be done on their part, or on the NGO's part, or in our society in general, and how selfless we want to be towards each other.
In time and with the proper care, many of the wounds from the past have begun to heal. New lives and societies have taken root and are blossoming. Where there was once despair, now lies hope. But one thing is for sure, that none of this would have been possible without kindness, hard work, and above all, resilience.
Before we never seen like a tsunami. We never heard about this word also. Then we'll go to the town and see lot of water came here and very big disaster. Then all inside the fort, tourists came here, our restaurant, because of two-story, then it's a higher place here.
This Dutch fort saved around 150 people on that fateful Boxing Day. And Mr. Sarath Ubaseri believes that more could have been saved if people had learnt about the tsunami and its proper preventive measures.
Emergency exercises, yes. They before informed 2-3 days before, and that time we make the alarm and how to save the people, and then people run away and get the safe places.
Located at the southwest coast of Sri Lanka, the Galle Dutch fort was one area that managed to avoid the tsunami. The Galle fort was first built by the Portuguese in 1588 and then fortified by the Dutch during the 17th century. The strong walls, which were built to withstand cannon fire, acted as a wave breaker, saving many lives and a large part of the fort from the destruction the tsunami brought. I am standing here at the Galle Fort, a 94-acre Portuguese structure built in the 1500s. It was here where hundreds gathered to escape from the tsunami upon seeing the first wave approaching. These people are the fortunate survivors of the tragedy. Just like how the fort had protected the locals from the tsunami, Sri Lankans have not only learned the importance of resilience, but also the need to equip themselves better against disaster.
To thank you all of you and come in and see in our project. And first I will show in the tsunami watermark. This is a water settle level. That day is a Boxing Day and water came 3-4 feet high. And
Mr. Sampath Pascal Podi is the operations manager of Foundation of Goodness, a local charitable group dedicated to improving the lives of the locals living in the Senegama region of Sri Lanka. He was 20 years old when the tsunami hit the shore and he always remembers that fateful day.
After first wave, we ran to all our temple and me and my 2 other friends came in the near my property and go to the Senegama Deval temple. And we don't know if a second wave is coming. And we helping the others and some is under the house and some is under the tree. And we helping a few people. And my one friend told me, you can see in the sea is coming in the another wave. And water like a chocolate color. But I asked what we do now. And my one friend said, oh, we can climb the coconut tree. 20 minutes I am in the coconut tree with my 2 friends. And water is around 20 feet high. And I see and my 2 friends see most people goes with water and they asking help from us, but we can't give the help because when we give the help and we also getting affected and we will also die. And that time 2 friends and me all the time is crying, but we think is next minutes we are also die. Fortunately we is saved and after 20 minutes water goes back. When I go to temple, my whole family is crying. And they thought I am dead with tsunami because one friend is give the message is me is go away in the near the sea and he is gone with tsunami.
After the tsunami, Podi joined the Foundation of Goodness, which dedicated its services to the tsunami victims. Mr. Kushal Kunasegara, the founder of the Foundation of Goodness, is a local businessman and philanthropist who is also the manager of Sri Lankan cricket icon Muthaiya Muralitharan. Mr. Kushal started his plans to help the locals by first relocating villagers to a safer area and then setting up clinics to provide them with medical help. Many, including Podi, have benefited from Mr. Kushal's kindness and are eternally grateful to him.
I joined the foundation as a cleaner, that time is 2005, and developed my skill. That time I never work any computer. I never touch any computer and never speak an English word. That time, was my promotion during the Children Goodness Club coordinator. After getting the clerk and after accountant, after assistant financial controller, deputy coordinating secretary, now I am working here as a manager operations of our community. I think is my life turning point is a tsunami. It is bad thing, but we convert it into good things. We have 100 stories like me, and all convert their life into good things.
Mr. Kushal has also kindly donated his bungalow to continue functioning as the main premises of a Foundation of Goodness, and the organization has since expanded over the last 10 years.
Now we run in here is 32 sectors with 45 neighboring village. Once a year, 25,000 people get in the service from our whole community. Everything is free of cost, nothing any charge.
This is a very good opportunity because we believe without English and IT knowledge, they can't find a good job at this situation. And this is very important knowledge for the youth.
Kushal sir came and he said, okay, let's go to the Senegama. We have to rebuild our life there because we have no place to go. Then he collected us, then we came here. Since that till to now, foundation help for everybody. for everything, for education and rebuild our life and with food and everything, every single thing.
I enjoy to do this and every student. So thank you in Foundation of Goodness and our teachers.
Currently, the foundation depends on worldwide donations for the startup projects. The foundation hopes to generate in-house income to sustain their projects in the future. Years after the tsunami, Sri Lanka has grown into a prospering island nation. Yet, the scars of that December day are still fresh in the hearts and minds of its people. Despite losing their loved ones and homes to the tsunami, Sri Lankans will remain resilient and confident of being able to thrive in adversity, be it now or in the future.